Hello, hello, sweet friends. It is Thursday evening and it is time to get creative, and we are going to work on those 5-inch blocks that we've created. I can remember Monday maybe. And look at how pretty that crackle turned out on these. We're going to put something on the other side, and I am going with a honeybee theme. I am going to use the honeybee transfers from Essential Stencil, and they are sold out. If there is something that you would like on Essential Stencil, just click on the page and let them know that you're interested and put your name on the wait list. If they restock an item, they will let you know. So don't think just because it is sold out that you cannot get the piece. Just let them know that you're interested and that you would like to be notified when they restock it. Let me find us on my iPad. I have my phone turned around facing me, so things will be backwards for you. But we're not using words tonight. We're just using transfers, so it will be okay. I just have not been able to see comments on my iPad, so I wanted to turn it around and make sure that I am not missing anything, because I love to interact with you. I love to see what you're thinking and help me pick out something or leave something out. So that's all the things. I'm going to turn you down. We are going to be using Minwax water-based stains. And I know this is backwards. I do apologize. Like I said, I have not been able to see comments. So I wanted to make sure that we were going to see comments this evening. Let me turn you down so you can see the project. All right, that should work out well. We've been having a storm here, so hopefully I will not lose you guys. If I do, I'll try to come right back on. And I've got several stains here. Where's my, did I grab a white? Did I not grab my white? I gotta look and see what colors I have here. I thought I had grabbed my white because I was gonna stain everything white first. There's my white. It was hiding on the bottom here. So we're gonna play around with that. And I'm gonna try to do a 3-color blend to blend these blocks in. I'm just going to stack them up here for right now. And yep, you should be able to see good. I'm going to use my stain sponge. I reuse these 8 times, 4 on each side, and then I toss them. I'm going to get out my gloves. And when we're done, I'll show you how I envision it being styled. There are so many different ways that you can use these blocks once they are finished. I just wanted to give you some idea on what you guys think. So I'm just going to use this side right here. And is that good for you? Can you guys see? And we're just going to stain this up real quick. And I'm going to try to do all 3 blocks at the same time. This is just a base coat. I am not worried about whether it is straight or perfect. We are just going to use this as a base coat to put our other colors on. And if you were not here on Monday, I think we made these on Monday. Did we not make these on Monday? You can go over to my YouTube channel and watch all the replays of all my lives. They are all posted. And if you are interested in any of the items, check out my webpage. things are being posted there for purchase. It is still a work in progress, so be patient. And as these items become available, I am going to have them posted on there. I'm just going back over another code real quick. Like I said, I'm not too concerned on whether that is solid or not. I just wanted the base code so that I could put our next colors on. Now, hear a little bit of banging. I hope you've been safe from all those storms that have gone through. I have not seen, but I've heard that Mississippi got hit hard. And I ask that you will keep those folks in your prayers. Okay, we are going to use, what color is this? This is the vintage blue. So this is the one that's going on the bottom. We're going to use weathered oak to put on the bottom. This is going to be, in a sense, our ground. We will use, and these are all Minwax stains. And most of these are semi-transparent. We're going to use vintage blue for our sky. And this is antique jade for the green. And then I also have botanical out. I might do the botanical. The botanical is a darker green. I might do a blend. That is the darker green. So we have vintage blue, weathered oak, antique jade, and botanical. And the only one that's a solid is the lighter green. Take my stain sponge, and I'm not going to need much. I do have to make sure that I put that on the bottom. And this is still wet, so it will blend in. Hope you guys can see good. I'm going to flip it around and use this side for my green. I'm going to go ahead and put my green on. And we will blend these together. And no two will look alike. That's what I love about crafting and creating. No two will look alike. And if you're hopping on, let me know if you received a notification. If you did not receive a notification, check your Facebook and see if you are still getting notified. to go ahead and switch and do the blue on the top. If you're not getting notified, you can do exclamation mark notify. And I done the white underneath so it will not be so dark. I wanted it a little bit lighter. So I added that white under here. You see how that is blending? So if you put white as a base down and do not dry it, first of all, you will have uniform color distribution because you have one solid background. And if your white is still wet, you're able to blend the colors, and it will be, because moisture is what blends your colors together. And you will be able to make your colors a little bit lighter. They will not be as dark. And I have linked this transfer that I'm using in the comments. So if you are needing it, that it's there, and you can go straight to Essential Stencil with that. I'm going to add a little bit of the dark green, but I'm going to grab a new sponge for that. And I'm not using much. I'm going to work it into my sponge here a little bit, because I don't need much. I just want a little bit. See how that color differentiates, just a little tone darker. I'll do it on this one too, and I don't need much. I just want a little dab. Just almost too much. Just work it into your sponge. And I use a circular motion most of the time, but you can also go back and forth. And then I am just lifting up into our blue to create the illusion of like maybe trees or something in the background. If it gets too hard to move, spritz it with just a smidge of water. I'm going to go back to the darker brown, because I do want it to be a little bit darker on the bottom. Go back to that lighter green. And you basically just go back and forth with your colors and work them in. I am just tapping right here because I wanted it to kind of look like there's some grasses growing. do just a little dab. And I'm just going to tap that in. See how it creates that illusion? And then I'm going to grab me a little bit of that darker color. Oh, that was a little bit much. And if you tap, do you see how that gives that a textured look almost? I like that. Let's do it a little bit textured on here too. Hey, Miss Bonnie and Sherry, how are you guys doing? You found an antique mold, put your resin pieces in. Congratulations. Oh, that is so exciting. I'm so excited for you. That is amazing. I still got to add that dark green in here. And I am just tapping it. I like the way that looks. It just gives it a little bit of character. And see, I did not completely get rid of the green, the light green. Ugh, trying to get my finger around this. Go ahead and tap this too, because that creates texture, that creates variance and interesting backgrounds. Almost looks like there's clouds in the sky. Or maybe it's a stormy sky, I'm not sure. Bonnie, were you safe from those crazy storms that went through Mississippi? I have not heard the details, but I know that there were some crazy storms that came through. And you see how much darker that is? It's the same color, but since we had the white down and it was dark, it was still wet, it blended in. Kind of like the way that looks. Let's do this one. And just experiment with your stain. This is all water-based stain. If you don't like it, you can always wash it off. I hope I got them all in the right direction. I didn't even pay attention to that. And yes, the horizon line is normally completely straight, but I'm okay with this. I'm leaving that just the way it is. I'm happy with it. And like I said, I reuse my sponges. I reuse my gloves as many times as I can. I am a frugal person. And my colors were weathered oak, vintage blue. Was it vintage blue? Vintage blue. This one was antique jade, and the dark green was botanical. You were under severe storm and tornado what? Hey, Miss Tracy. No, Trish. God, I mix you two up all the time, the name. Is it Tracy? I think it's Tracy. Crafty Mom's Corner Market. It's Tracy, right? I don't wash my sponges. I use them 8 times, one in each corner, so that's 4 on one side and 4 on the other side. And I don't use them that much, so I am not washing them. I don't want to say inexpensive, for what they cost. I don't wash them. I don't even put them in a little Ziploc bag or anything to keep them moist, to reuse them for the same color. If I would, sorry for the banging, if I would reuse them, then yes. But like the same color over and over maybe. But no, I don't. Let me know, Crafty Mom's Corner Market. It's Tracy, right? I got it right. I've got several Tracys and Tishes, and Tracy spelled different ways, and I sometimes get my Tracys and my Tishes mixed up. Were you on today, on the IOD release? We had a doctor's appointment this morning, and then we had to stop by Sam's, so I was not able to watch everybody, but I will definitely catch up on some replay watching. And I think Melissa Bradshaw is coming on at a different time today, and I'm not able to watch her live because her time got switched. So yes, they come in a 6-pack, I believe. And when they have them, I always grab a couple of packs. And I cannot remember because they last me a while. Like I said, I get 8 uses out of one sponge. Now for our transfers, we gotta make sure that they are dry. So, and one other thing we're going to do too, I've got one of these little honey dippers that I bought, I don't know where. It came in a pack like this, and I don't recognize where this came from. So I stained it with dark walnut, and I am going to try to do that honey drip with my glue gun. Yes, they are by the spade brushes. Mine is pretty much in the front of the store on the left side, where the chip brushes are. Now on the top up here, we're going to glue a little knob. So think about what color we want that knob. I was thinking to stain that dark walnut as well, so it'll be kind of in this color, because we have this on the other side, and I thought the dark walnut would look good. I am going to let that cool off for just a minute. I always like to let things cool off a little bit before I sand. That's my 80 grit. Don't think I'm going to go over this with an 80 grit paper. Let's sand this real quick. And I'm probably going to use the dark walnut and stain all the edges. I am purposefully sanding the edges a little bit more, because I really don't want this to be like a perfect looking piece. And there's our first stained block. get all the extra off of here on the sides. And I think that dark walnut will look really good on the edges. I think that will be a good addition because it will match the patriotic flowers or the roses. It doesn't have to be patriotic on the other side really well. That's block number 2. I think that's a pretty landscape look. I am going to take a paper towel and wipe that down here in a moment. I just want to get all the edges here real quick. And then we'll wipe it down with a paper towel. And I've got my designs laid out the way I want them. I always go ahead and do that ahead of time. And there's number 3. This looks good, just hand painting something on there. I am going to start with this one. Get paper towel and just wipe these down because I want to make sure I think I got a little stain on this side, but I'll get that. I can wipe that off here in a little bit. See, we did get a little bit of color off of there. That's what I'm thinking. The dark walnut will go with both sides, and it will look good. And I'm excited to add that little knob on the top. All right, one of them is just gonna get this beautiful transfer on here because it fills it out really good. You can add words on here if you want to. And I'm going to put this as far down as I can. And hopefully semi-straight. If you need to put it back down, add it to the shiny side. Use your tool, your transfer tool. I normally push it down with my hand, then I'll go with my tool all the sides. And see, I did get it all the way down to the bottom. I normally go all the way around first. And then I'll just start somewhere. And I like to use this little corner a lot. And thanks for sprinkling it out, ladies. Did you guys get a notification that I was on? I'm just trying to figure out whether everybody gets one or only some people so that I can, you know, maybe let you guys know what you need to do. My daughter is growing lavender outside in a little flower pot, and it is blooming, and it is so beautiful. And we bought a eucalyptus plant, and they're sitting next to each other, and they're so pretty. And she's got several herbs, and that's what this reminds me of. It's just different herbs. This would look really pretty in your kitchen window, like if you had a shelf in your kitchen window. I can see you. Hey Alice, how are you, my friends? Welcome to the Whimsy Bunch. I just think that would look really pretty if you had like a little shelf to sit on, or if you had herbs on your kitchen window to add this in there with it. I think that would be really pretty. I think it would also look good if you had like a tea or coffee station. That would be really pretty. And before I forget, Miss Cindy, you got a notification. Good, and it's working. Miss Cindy with Berry Jam Crafts will be in on the Essential Stencil page tonight for Miss Tammy with Cheers to Creativity. And Miss Cindy is going to create a blended patriotic leaner, I believe. Does that just not look beautiful? I just love the way that turned out. Now, when you do these things, make sure you got your block the right way, because if you would have put this on backwards, then your block would be off. Okay, this one will have 3 different things on them. It will have this beautiful one, and like I said, these are sold out at the moment, but you can put yourself on the list if they get restocked, or that you would like to get it restocked. And if they are getting restocked, that you can be notified. This one I cut off. This was together like this, and I just cut it apart. Something going on outside. I think our neighbor's dog is loose. I hope he didn't get none of the ducks. I'm putting it as far over to the edge as I can, and I'm going to put it down to the bottom. Let's see how I got it all the way down to the bottom. That way I don't have to add anything to it. Yeah, I think our neighbor's dog got loose. I hope our ducks and chickens that run loose are okay. Are you still up here, Pamela? Okay, she must have gone down. Sorry about that, ladies. Yeah, that crackle, that just turned out awesome. I mean, look at the crackle in the flower. I just love it. Love, love, love it. And that vintage look on it. Just love that. And for those of you that like IOD, Make sure you catch the replay with Melissa Bradshaw if you are not able to watch it live, or any of the other presenters. I know the cutest little farmhouse, no, the cutest little thing was on as a presenter earlier, and Sarah with Boxy and Buttons was on. So if you're interested in that new release, maybe you can catch some of them. I just love that. You know, you could leave that just the way it is and add a word, just one word, maybe grace or amen or faith. I just think that will be stunning just by itself like that. Now we're going to take this off. For those of you that might be new, you pull it apart like this. If you need to put it back on the shiny side. Just pull it all the way off. Hold on to it on the clear side. Don't touch the printed parts, because that will come off on your hands. And it has that little bee right here. I'm going to try to put that little bee as far over as I can. And again, I put that jar on the bottom as far as I can. But yeah, that lavender looks so pretty. That she's got outside, she's got some herbs as well. Sitting out there with the lavender, and it just looks so pretty. And this is so easy to get on. Stain dries really fast. So it is really easy, and you can put transfers over transfers. You can stencil over transfers. It's just so easy. Can you guys see? Because I know it's sometimes the simple things, you know? Simplicity is sometimes the best thing, because I sometimes have a tendency to fill up a space, and a lot of times you don't need to. Miss Bonnie, I'm so excited for you. I just keep thinking that is so exciting. Your work is so great. I'm coming from both sides so I can meet in the middle. And I had these transfers, I want to say from last year, and they are still good. There is nothing wrong with them. This is what we have so far. I just think that's so cute. I just love it. And I know this bumblebee is huge, but just imagine, here's one that is really tiny, like way far in the background. Then we have another one here. It's a little closer up. I'm going to put the big one right here, like that big one is, you know, flying in our face. Miss Bunny, honey, you still here? How is the pups doing? How is Mr. Velcro? I don't know if I want the bee this way or if I want the bee this way. I think I want the bee this way. Look, he's flying away. Oh, wait a minute. If I put him this way, he'll be flying the same way as this one. I don't want that. I'm going to put him this way. I was able to pick it back up because I had not. They are expensive to make, and I would not worry about the prices, because sometimes when you price something lower because you feel that, maybe people won't buy it, or they won't be able to afford it, or whatever the case may be, sometimes that people think that there might be something wrong with your item because it is priced too low, and they might think that the quality isn't there, or whatever the case may be. It's a psychological thing, like the 99-cent thing. Oh, it's under $20, $19.99. That's what I have heard, that people think that way, that, sometimes they associate value with price. So don't short yourself, because your projects are very beautiful. Don't overprice them for your location. If things are not that expensive, look at that. Does that not look cute? I just love it. It's flying away. I just love that. I get excited. What can I say, guys? Exactly. Makes it seem like low quality. Oh, poor guy. And that's what I'm saying. You have to do what is best for you. I'm going to turn you back down a little bit so you can see the two finished pieces. And this one, I'm going to use the jar with our little honey dipper. What's that? Honeycomb. I'm going to use the other side of the flowers. And both of these have lavender in it, so I felt like we needed a little lavender piece. Now let me see. See, those flowers are on this side, so these flowers are going to go on this side. I have to lay it out because I can't remember exactly how I had it. I think the lavender is going to go right here underneath that. And then our crazy big bee is going right there. So I've got to put this one in first. Sorry, I talk out loud. You know what I would like to do? I would like to have it in front of the jar here and behind the dipper here. That will be too difficult. I could cut this and see if I could manage that, but I probably won't be able to. Let's try not to make things too difficult. Sometimes I even use my fingernail to just do a real quick and I like creating double-sided pieces. That way you have more for your money. I'm going to put this one in. But yeah, don't make your prices lower unless the area that you're in is, prices from California, New York to here is different. So if your area has lower prices, yes, price accordingly, but not for the quality of items that you have. There's no need to lowball. And you can always offer a sale. You know, you can always give you can do a Mother's Day sale. You can do a 4th of July sale. Oh man, that is perfect. You get the touristy people. And they don't mind spending money. Go there on vacation. They want to take a souvenir home. I am so excited for you. That means I'm going to have to make another trip and come and see your booth. Isn't that right? And we're going to have to meet with Sherry too. Next year. We'll probably be able to do it next year. We'll get together. Because I would love to. Sometimes you can use the edge of your tool to get under the transfer, to pick it, to lift it up. And I don't know if you guys watched Miss Cindy Berry. Was it last night she was on? My days are all mixed together. She used the bee transfers as well and created some blocks. Hers look completely different. They are completely different even though we used the same thing. Look, that looks good just like that. We could add a little word or something in here. This little jar of honey looks so good. I love honey. I absolutely love drinking honey. Drinking honey. I put it in my tea. That's what I meant. I put tea in my honey, in my tea. Guys, hey, Miss Becky. It's about 2 hours. Wow. Is it still in Mississippi or is it closer to Louisiana? Thank you for joining us, Miss Becky. Welcome to the Whimsy Bunch. We are creating a honeybee themed decor set out of 5x5 blocks. We stained the background in blended colors. And we have transfers from Essential Stencil. These are not available at the moment. They're sold out. You can request a restock. And you will be notified as soon as they are available. But I know a lot of you may already have these, so I just wanted to give you some inspiration on what you could do with this. Or if a new set of transfer comes out that has a honey theme, there is some ideas on what you could do with that. I'm not sure what Essential Stencil is going to come out with next. I know that in July, it'll probably be Christmas in July. Even though I'm an ambassador with them, I'm not privileged to know what comes up next. Sometimes it is a surprise even for me. But if you have any questions or need anything or need to know how to use the stencil or inspiration, I am here on Mondays and Thursdays at 6:30. And that's what this one looks like so far. And I keep holding it crooked. I don't know if I want to... You think we should have him go like this, looking like he's going to land on it? Because I envision it when I set these up, that this one is in the middle, and this one is to the side, and this one is on the other side. Look, it almost matches up with the width here. Is that just not crazy? I had not intended that. That is totally God's intent. But I think that'd be kind of cool to have him look like he is going on there, or should we have him more in the middle? I don't know, I kind of think like this. Thank you, Becky. Yes, just the same transfers, a completely different look. And that's what I love about it. And that's why I like to inspire you guys, because not every creator is the same. They're all different. And that's why I encourage you to go to the Essential Stencil page and watch the creators. There is so many wonderful things that they do and make with the same stencils, with the same set, with the same transfers. The backgrounds are different. You learn different tips and techniques and using them on different surfaces. And again, I did link it, and that will also just take you to the Essential Stencil page. You can browse through to see what else is available. There's that little guy. I just love it. I just think it is so cute. I love the way the background turned out on these. Here are all three. And again, the other side is completely different. And I will clean that up. So you can display them in two different ways. And now I've got these knobs. And I thought it would be cool to glue these on here. In the middle, of course. As a little accent piece. And I think we're going to do them because the dark walnut, that is this stain color, will look good on both sides. So let me get the dark walnut out. And we stain that up real quick. And then glue that on there. And I'm going to attempt to drip some glue on our dipper. See if I can do that and make it look like it is dripping down. And color that. Coffee filter to put down. Grab my glove. See, I told you I recycle these gloves. I just really like how that is turned out. And then we already used this part right there, so I'm just going to scuff this up a little bit. These came, a lady on Marketplace had these for sale, a bunch of them, different sizes, different kinds. And I just bought the whole box. So my husband and I bought the whole box of knobs. I can't remember, $10, $20. And it had all kinds of wooden knobs, old ones, sewing machine drawer ones. I mean, just all different types. Oh yeah, that is gonna look amazing. Just a quick stain up. They look like little mushrooms, don't they? You can make little mushrooms out of these. Make sure you get the underneath really good. We want them to look good from all sides. Yeah, they had all different sizes in there, so I had to look through that box to see if I found one that matched size-wise to put in here. And sometime next week, we're going to work on the sewing machine drawer. I found a knob that I want to put on there. Actually, I already put it on there. But I've got an old sewing machine drawer, and yes, I want to leave it vintage, but yes, I'm going to paint it. I'm going to use milk paint on it, and it will look good. It is an old single drawer, and it has some pretty detail on it, but I am just going to work it up and paint it up a little bit to just do something different, to dress it up a little bit. This one is staining a lot lighter. It might have had a coating on there, so this one is a lot lighter knob. I'll let it dry a little bit, and then we can just go back over it with a stain. Not all wood accepts stain the same way, so don't fret about it. Embrace the imperfections in the wood and just let it guide you. Sometimes there's nothing we can do about it. And instead of fighting with it, just embrace it. I'm just tapping on to darken it up a little bit underneath, because it did not stain dark underneath here either. So here we go. I think that looks good. My one glove I am going to discard because it is pretty much used up. The other one I am going to save. And again, sorry for the noise. I want to make sure that it's sealed. I'm going to let this sit here for a minute and dry. And see if I can get this glue on here to drip. I'm not sure, I've never done it, so we'll see. We want it to drip down this way or the other way. Yeah, we'll just go with it, go with the flow. I'm gonna go with it just for now. Of course, I had to stick my finger in it. Lay that on there and let it dry. I'd also thought about a knob like this, but this is a really heavy knob that would have looked really beautiful with this as well. Oh, I need to stain the top at least. While we're doing this, might as well do all the sides. Might have to get that paint, that stain back out. And I know I already went over my time, but it's okay. We're almost finished. Hang with me. I am framing it in with that dark walnut stain. Fairly dry. I am not measuring. Could have pushed it back a little bit more. I think that looks good. Get the stain back out. Let me stain these up real quick. This is the dark walnut stain from Minwax. Got one side that has a little extra stain on there. Show you how to get that off. got it off. We're almost done. We'll just have to glue those knobs on and we'll be done. Hope you enjoyed this evening. I hope you learned something. I hope it gave you some confidence on trying new things and blending stains. And you've seen that I've used a tapping motion to create some texture. And no two sides are alike. I've got a couple of boo-boos to fix right there, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this glove as well. Easy peasy cleanup. Excuse me. Well, that glue went down in the hole. And I am just eyeballing this. Don't call the police, the measuring police. You have a thing for sewing machine drawers? That'd be a good idea to use them as risers too. I have a thing for sewing machine. I actually I bought a sewing machine that I've found, and I intended to just get the drawers out of it. It came with 6 drawers. And after I seen it and how ornate it was, I don't think I can part with it. So I think it is going to stay the way it is. I've got to show you some pictures. I've got to post some pictures of it. All right, here is number 1. It's hard to see. There we go. Here's number 2. Oh, wrong side. Number 2. And number 3. What you guys think? I think that looks good on either side with the knob. And that's what our glue looks like. I will paint it, and we can use it to, I'm not going to do it right this minute, but we can use it to set this up. I just wanted to show you real quick how you could set this up. Now, what the heck? My glue disappeared. How in the heck did that happen? I told you it went in the hole. Have you ever seen such a thing? That's funny. It literally all went in the hole. I gotta leave some of it in there. Let's see if I could sand this flat, because otherwise it will not sit flat. I might not be able to show you how I'd style it, because my little knobby didn't want to work with me. And this is where I kept getting stain under my piece. You can also use Tide Bond or any other glue besides hot glue to put this on. I keep forgetting that I have bought me some. I think I got Star Bond. That was a silly thing. I'll get that glue off later. I want to show you real quick. See if I can put this back together backwards. That's a little riser. I'm doing this backwards, guys. And I know that's a bird, not a bee. What you think? Does that not look cute together? I think I'll switch this out and put the bird over here and my candle over here. What you guys think? Oh, thank you. You guys are so sweet. And you can still use it the same way and switch it out. And add little roses in the flowers. And do it like this and put roses in there. So either way will work. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Sherry and Bonnie. I appreciate you guys. So you can do it either way. Let's read our devotion real quick, or our blessing box, and then I'll let you guys go. Today is out of Proverbs 31:25, and it says, she is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of future. And it says, bloom where you are planted. Is that just not funny? Because we planted little honey pots with flowers. Proverbs 31:25. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. And we talked about that in our, thank you, Bonnie, in our You Are Enough lesson. We talked about her before. All right, ladies, I appreciate you. I'm going to try to hold this up so you guys could get a better look. I just think that turned out really pretty. And this is just a jar with a piece of corrugated cardboard in it and a ribbon. And you can put a bee ribbon on here or whatever you want to. All right, you guys have a blessed evening. Hop over to the Essential Stencil page and watch Miss Cindy as she's creating a patriotic leaner, I believe, this evening. And I will see you on Soulfilled Saturday at 2:30 on Saturday at our new time. And that's all Eastern time. Have a blessed evening and a wonderful, great weekend. And if I don't see you before Sunday, happy Mother's Day, everybody.